welcome once again at the Dutchem. We have this third lunch talk already, and this one is really a bit of a special one because I'm very happy and very excited to have this one because we are going to talk about the aviation business.
I'm enjoying a lot the job that I've got. I'm in charge of KLM Air France for South America, so based in São Paulo, and it's really a perfect job, at least for me, because it combines perfectly the operational side. We've got an operational responsibility. Most of the time, the words link to KLM, for example, it's about innovative, it's about digital, it's about international, because we've got more than almost 2/3 of our passengers leaving Brazil going to Amsterdam that will make a connection in Amsterdam. Amsterdam, the Netherlands are not their final destination. So we've got, it's really an international airline. Regarding Air France, the words are more about quality, about food, but most of the time the link within Air France, there is France. Some customer perception that to Air France will be attached food and indeed could be wine, drink and champagne. Brazil is a very strategic market for KLM Air France. We have been investing a lot in this market over the last year. Regardless, we take into account on the evolution of the economy in Brazil, but overall, the trend is to invest in this market. It was a shock. All of a sudden, we had to almost stop 95% of our operation, KLM and Air France. The financial impact, is very, is huge. It's as you can imagine, when you've got to stop 95% of your flights, you lose even more, because the 5% of your flights that you keep, the load factor, the average load factor, are not at the level of 90 as we've got usually in Brazil, for example, but about 50%. During the first week of March, when everything was stopped, all the energy of the team, especially here in Brazil, was really dedicated to attend our customers and to make sure that, for example, Dutch tourists stranded here in Brazil could go home. In Brazil, in Rio, for example, we were the only group to maintain some international flights in Rio. It's very difficult to answer. According IATA, which is the association of all the airlines, according to our CEOs, it's not expected to be back to normal by, let's say, 2022, 2023. For next year, the current expectation are about 90% of the operation, to be back to 90% of the operation compared to before the crisis. Maybe it's still a bit optimistic. What we started to do as of mid-May is to reinforce really all the sanitary measures on board and at the airport. We know that it's crucial and to give confidence to our customers. At the airport, now the use of the mask is mandatory. We've got social distancing at the airport. There are some temperature control. We've got some separation at the check-in counters. And we as well, we've got to spray every 5 days on the aircraft. We put a spray which is valid during 10 days and which will kill the virus. And last point, we've got filters, HEPA filters meaning high performance filters. It's the same kind of performance of filters that are in a surgery room at a hospital. 99.99% of the virus has stopped, including the coronavirus. So I'm not saying that it's zero risk. No, I wouldn't say this, but really, it's really under control. Our objective first is to decrease the CO2 emission. So we've got different ways to act, and we are talking about acting now. We are not talking about communication. It's this kind of thing that we are doing, and which already delivers good results. It's not enough, and we know that in the coming 10 years, for example, there will still be CO2 emission linked to our flights. That's why the second pillar of our strategy is to offer compensation, CO2 compensation to our customers and to our corporate partners. For the future, I'm reasonably optimistic. I'm sure that the demand from the customer is going to come back. I'm sure that our strategy regarding the CSR that we have just discussed is totally confident. We've got to communicate more about it.